5 in the morning. I cannot sleep, especially after hearing what I just heard. You guys have got to hear this. Please watch this full video. To begin, could you give people just a little background of your history with FEMA? Because you worked for FEMA, you know how they work. Tell us a little bit about yourself for our new listeners.
Started as a volunteer, and I worked my way up the ladder.
And then, did you eventually then work in a FEMA office and take on various roles? Or what all did you end up doing?
My specialty was planning. My shade was starting to put the information and the templates together that would later become the databases that we're all fighting right now.
And was it in this process then that you began to see some nefarious agenda behind FEMA, or what alerted you to things that you didn't expect to see?
Oh, actually, when I went to work for them, I was awake. My dad worked for naval warfare, and when I was 5 years old, he looked me in the eye and he said, "This is going to happen on your watch. You need to prepare." And so I've known and I've prepared since I was 5. And actually, when I was at FEMA, I was actually a source of Steve Quayle's, and I was getting him information of what was going on in the inside. So the real agenda, if people go to the World Economic Forum that's held in Davos, they can see this big graphic, and if you click on the COVID-19, there's like a spike. It looks like the spike coronavirus, and on each spike is a different disruption of all of society. So basically the plan was to bring the whole world to a standstill and then inject local governance under the cover of COVID-19. This plan the first time I discovered it in January was 200 layers deep. It is now 250 layers deep.
What do you think those plans entail? I mean, is this a depopulation event, or are they just trying to centralize control to keep everybody alive and productive, or are they really trying to ultimately commit genocide?
So it's interesting that you asked that, because I'm taking a series of military classes, let's say, and I just did a special report today. So basically with the COVID, we saw the first round of disruption, and it will end with disabling probably 90% of the population, but the ultimate goal is depopulation.
When you say disability, you've mentioned that term twice so far. I'd like you to speak more about this disability, and it brings up the fact that we know now documented that this Wuhan coronavirus attacks neurology. And I know people personally who have lost their sense of smell permanently. Some people lost their sense of hearing. Some people are suffering brain damage. So is part of the disability an actual kind of neurological lobotomy to where people can't even process anymore? They can't even think to resist? Is that part of it?
Yes, so it is a biological, chemical neuro weapon. And I just filmed a breaking news story giving the evidence of that with clips from the people that head that up in their own words.
Is that something you're releasing as a video, or how can people see that?
Yes, it will be on my Patreon site. I'm going to make it public on YouTube, and I will also be putting the transcripts so that people can have that and share with their friends and their family. I would assume it will be up sometime later today.
Give us a description of what this is going to look like as the food supply craters are everyday Americans. I mean, remember with the thousands of cars lining up for the food banks back in March and April? Are we going to have like massive refugees of millions of Americans streaming into the FEMA camps voluntarily to say, feed me and I'll agree to whatever? Is that what it's going to look like? I mean, you tell me. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth here.
So basically, there were several objectives after Hurricane Katrina, and one of those was a bill that was spawned after Hurricane Katrina to establish public reception centers at your local Walmart or whatever large facility. It could be Costco, whatever. And it was set up in case of a nuclear event, but it could be any disaster. It could be a pathogen. It could be an earthquake. It could be a hurricane. We're already conditioned to do that. Like it will be a brainstem reaction. Now, when this happens, the next wave hits, that people will be starving. The food supply is going down. The UN just put out a report that they wanted to sell food by the 1/1000th of a calorie. And DARPA, which is the Black Ops military sector, wants to sell food by the molecule. So after this next lockdown that we are expecting, I would say within probably 8 weeks, your food supply is going to evaporate, and they want to change your behavior. And they're right now, you've got a little bit of freedom. Get what food supplies you can, get what seeds you can, because what you have when you go into that lockdown is what you're going to be having, unless you completely kowtow to the global agenda.
And how is it, my question to you though, Celeste, is how does FEMA run that whole idea of, hey, we're here to help you. If you want food, come on in and consent to this FEMA camp. How does that exchange actually work? How do they run that on the streets?
So you would go to the public reception center, then that's where you would be processed. It's going to be different than the concentration camps of World War II, because we basically are in an automated technocracy. They've got synthetic beings, they have robotics. They really don't need a large population base. So one of the reasons that I left the agencies is they have this plan that if you do not believe that the government is God, then you would go to one of these processing centers briefly. If you could be re-educated, they would do that. Although there isn't much need for humans, the globalists really are free to admit that there's no room for humans anymore. It's our duty to expire so that to make the planet, to atone for our sins, basically, of what we've done to the planet. And so you will basically be killed. And there are 2 different humane methods of killing. And one of those is gassing, and the other method is decapitation. And they've been doing all these experiments, decapitating thousands and thousands of mice, recording their brain waves, all of that, to justify decapitation as a humane method of euthanizing people.
Kind of like guillotine.
Yes. And if you think that there's no evidence, so that in between 2000 and 2005, I collected a lot of military documents, like such as, because they were really studying the issue of guillotines and how to build a better guillotine, this type of thing. So I have those documents.
Okay. Now, as you guys can see, we are coexisting with a hidden society of beings that they're planning on depopulating humanity. Their plan is to kill off majority, if not all, in order to furthermore take over. Now, if you look around the world today, you may realize how chaotic things are. We are living in an apocalypse. We are living in a world where everything that was once in movies, where you once seen the shortages, the food shortages, where you seen the purge, where you seen the bills and the rights that are now no longer profitable because they no longer exist. Now it seems as if everything is what once mattered no longer matters. And I have a list of everything that I will go over. So as you guys, maybe you don't, if you do have this information, spread the knowledge. We need to know this because we have to stand. Bill Gates has been buying farmland over 40 countries and in progress. Why is Bill Gates trying so hard to control food population? Bill Gates is one of the many that is in this hidden society, that is in this dark society, or this group of beings that are, their plan, like I said, is to take over humanity, to control the population, to continuously depopulate in order to control those who submit. And in order for you to be safe, you have to submit. In order for you to be fed in a stable space, I would say, is for you to submit to these people via insert yourself into these different camps, like the one, the FEMA they just said, or taking these shots, and that is standing down. Once you give that away, once you give your authority, your power, your rights away, they now have full control. We have no idea what is truly in these vaccines, which is why they are shoving them and enforcing them. And now they're tying it to your jobs, people. They are tying it to your children. They are tying it to money. They are using it as a weapon against you so they can have you. So they can have you. The food shortages, they are immense. If you are not aware, food shortages are skyrocketing and in continuation. So if you aren't preparing for food, if you aren't stocking, if you aren't, saving and storing, what you have when this hits, when this finally hits, is what you will have ultimately. So this is why she was saying in the video, the woman who once worked at the FEMA camps, if you aren't aware, it's basically a civilization that protects and serves, for global events. So if something were to go off, if something were to happen worldly, you can go there for support, shelter, food, whatever. This is why they need you to abide and follow and submit. If, like she said, if you do not deem the government as your God, you are now corpse. You are now nothing. You are now you're not needed for this. You will be wiped off if you are not standing up and prepared and ready for what is to come. These food shortages are what they're going to use. What happens when people don't have food? They get angry, they get chaotic, it's a purge. This is why they drop the laws. Pay attention. This is why they're doing all of these things in time and timely manner, because they know everything is predictive programming. Everything is already written. They already have a plan. They already have a massive massacre. They already have this let's just say death note on us, basically intact and waiting for them. This is why they came out with the COVID. The COVID was a plan to basically act as a pre-opt, for what is to come. It's like a pre-game, basically. So they had to see how we would react. They gave us a little bit. They breadcrumbed us, basically. So now once they breadcrumbed us, they see how we fell. They see how we all, fell into this hole, into this fear. This is how they need us. The more that we are stuck and kept in fear, the more they have control. It's all in the mind. So back to food. If people are not eating, if their children are hungry, people are going to start breaking into homes. People are going to start robbing people, killing people, stealing, breaking into different buildings and everything for food. Once people start getting hungry, they turn into beasts. You've never experienced that because you've always lived comfortable. You will never experience that because you have always lived comfortable. This is why it is important to stock up on food. These camps are waiting in place. The lady, she mentioned there's 2 ways that these people will decapitate: via gas. We already know that these people spray chemtrails in the air every day. Every time you look up, they're spraying chemtrails in the sky. Look up. These chemicals are against us. These chemicals are harmful to us. So imagine the gases and all of the fumes that they have and that they have been testing. Like the woman said, they have been testing and doing tests multiple times, basically in preparation for what is now. Everything is already waiting. They just know when time. They know when to do it. They know when to release it. She said, give it 2 months. I say December, late January or early January, where they will bring forward another virus to enforce another lockdown. This is where the food shortage will hit. This is where people will begin to panic. They need you in fear. The more that you are scared and afraid, this is why they distract you with the wars that are happening across country. This is why they distract you with all of the news and the bad and the media and all of the hate to keep you trapped. They do not want you aware and consciously aware of your everything, your surrounding, yourself. They have to keep you distracted, because the more you're distracted, the more you depend. They want you codependent. This is why they said if you do not submit, you will then be killed. It's kill or be killed here. They decriminalize these people from these jails because they understand what is taking place. Now let's stop right here. If you look around, I will show you guys. I have been posting it constantly, how they are continuously, or excuse me, how the planet, our planet, Mother Earth, is returning. She is cleansing herself. All of the forest fires all around the world, all of the floods, all of the volcanic eruptions, all of the tsunamis, everything is performing because this is why they're enforcing their wickedness, their blasphemous plan, and they're almost like enforcing it on us, to hurry up. Because they understand what Mother Universe, the higher powers, have and what they are doing. They're trying to butt heads. It's kill or be killed. This is why they're trying to take us out. Because they want that power. They need that ultimate bang. Everything was placed in order to keep you docile, to keep you in a predictive programming. What do I have here? The government will intrude. Y'all, they have it to where the government is now walking into people's homes. The government is now able to walk into your home. I just heard that the IRS or some type of civilization dealing with the financial system, I believe it's the IRS, they are now allowed to carry weapons. And if they feel threatened, they have to take action. They are now enforced. They put that law onto them. A lot of these IRS workers are 20 years old. A lot of these IRS workers are 80 years old, 70 years old. So imagine somebody with a fucking gun saying, I felt threatened. An IRS worker with a gun, with a weapon. They have to. They were giving this by law. They have to carry a concealed weapon for their protection. What is their goal here? Do you see it? They are trying to depopulate us. They are trying to kill as many, killed or be killed. It's every man for themselves. We are living in a apocalypse, the purge. Everything is happening right now for a reason. If you look around, famine, they're going to start. This famine is this shortage. Famine is what is going to take place. Famine is having to take place because, like I said, Bill Gates, he is buying all the farmlands, meaning he is in control of all the food input and output. So he has the power to, if you haven't noticed, your stores are empty. Your stores are empty. And if you think when they announce this food shortage on the news, that's the time to go, that's when they know, okay, now we can take back even more. It's limited. Everything is limited. Stocks are limited. Look at it now. Imagine when that panic hits. You remember what happened the first time that pandemic hit? Everybody panicked and everybody had to go get tissue. That's how they needed it. That was their test. That was their trial. That was trial one. These people have a plan. They have a plan to destroy you if you do not abide, if you do not submit, if you do not obey. Trust me when I tell you, this is why they enforced you. This is why they have been enforcing you for so long. I'm gonna show you guys something before I move forward. There is a monument in Georgia, that states how they have to keep humanity under a certain population. So let me show you. This is proof. This is proof that they are literally trying to abide by that. We are overpopulated in their eyes. There's too many of us in their eyes. Give me a moment. This is crazy. Okay, look at this. Literally. This is in Georgia. It's called Georgia Guidestone. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Sorry. Let me see if I can get it. This is the stone itself. This is in Georgia. Let me see. I want to get a clear reading of where it says they have to abide by. Okay, there it is right there. Look. Maintain humanity. Shit. Maintain humanity under 500 million. 500 million. 500 million. You see that? Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. That is literally what they're doing here. That is literally what they are doing here. If you want to know why they need us dead, it's because they want what is ours. These people intruded a world, a planet, a realm that was never theirs. This is why they are trying to take over. This is why they enslaved us. Let's go way back. This is why they continuously force that image into your brain, into your subconscious, because they need you to be stuck on slavery. Not before, but on specific slavery. These were the intruders. Let's not forget. Though they feed us all of these toxic foods and keep us distracted with media, with the justice system, with the education, with the judicial system, every single thing that they have created, every law, every program, every civilization was theirs to keep us away from our truth. Our truth is who we are genetically, where we originate. This is where this is our land, guys. And it says humanity. It says humanity for a reason. Humanity, we are the humane. The golden race, they're talking about us. We are the hues. We are the hues. The golden race. The melanin. This is why they are saying depopulation. This is why they are targeting the golden race. This is why they have always targeted the golden race. Always. They needed you to feel less. They needed you to feel at the bottom, because simply you are at the top, and that is just purely that. Black man, black woman, this is why they admire you at the same time they hate you. Because you are at the top. This is your land. Everything you see is yours. This is why the planet, like I said earlier, Mother Earth, she is resetting. This is why the sun, if you ever look up, it is no longer gold, it is silver. It is 10 times the heat of ever. It's 10 times the heat of ever. You may even feel the effects, black woman, black man. Clean up your diet. This is the reset. China, I just shared a video. China, they are hiding out in caves for a reason. The sun is burning them for a reason. In Europe, the power is out. I believe that's Europe. France, yeah. The power is out. The power is out. They are on fire. Cali is constantly on fire. Everywhere is on fire. It is burning. The planet is resetting itself. It is cleansing everything that once was. It is resetting. The floods that you continuously see, that is Mother. That is Mother Earth. She is cleansing herself. They have to get off of this planet. They have to. This is not their home, and it never was. This is why they cram you into one small neighborhood, cram you into an apartment, cram you into squares. Everything is a square. Look at the door. Look at the sidewalk. Look at the TV. Everything is a square. They need you in a box. Everything, the fridge, the stove, every fucking thing is a square. We work with pyramids. We work with pyramids. Remember, we work with pyramids where the energy is now able to flow. They needed you stuck. They needed you stuck, black woman, black man. This is why they wave the truth in front of you in every single comic book, movie, and any fucking thing that you see dealing with power, superpower, super ability. That is you, black woman, black man. This is why they wave it in front of your face and have a white face doing it. So it keeps you stuck. Transhumanism. There's a video that I will go into, maybe, I don't know. Let me see if I can pull it up fast enough. Transhumanism. These people said, oh, here it is right here. Oh no. Wait a minute. I don't know if I have it. Okay, but anyways, I don't have it. But transhumanism is basically where it's a neural-based computer. So basically what that is where they use your DNA, they use your blood, they take your genetics, black woman, black man. This is why they always keep you coming back to their hospitals. This is why they're always taking blood. This is why they're always needing your DNA. Even when you spit, they need your genetics to create these weapons. This is why melanin is worth gold. Let's be honest. This is why everything they wanted to play on you for so long. This is why they've kept you in this state for so long, because it was right in your face, but they had to put the truth and the lie at the same time. They had to put the truth and the lie at the same time to keep you confused, to keep you trapped, to keep you in this unbelievable state where you see it and you still don't believe it. That was the trick. That was their goal. Rainbow people. This is why they called you colored. Colored folks, yes, you are the sun. The sun is all spectrums. You inhabit the same genetics, the same codes, the same strands that the sun obtained. This is why you are the golden race. Biotechnology, transhumanism, that's what it is. Biotechnology is basically, like I was saying, where they take your genetics, they take your DNA, and they use it against you. They use it. That's how fucking powerful you are. You don't get it. They use it against you. They use it to fight you and to kill you and to harness. You feel me? Energy is everything. This is why you can read a mile away. This is why you dream the future, black woman, black man. You have the power. This is why you have an intuition. This is why you have a soul. What does the sun radiate? Solar flares. You have the sun within your DNA. Believe me when I say they knew what they were doing here. Without consentment, black woman, black man, so this is where they try to use you against you. This is why they try to use your children. And this food thing plays a huge role. Without consentment, you will be, it's kill or be killed. Stock up on food. Stock up on food. Water, please. Because if not, you will be one of the ones knocking on that camp door, asking for shelter, where you will have to plead. You will have to be quiet. You will be pleading the fifth because you have no more say so. You are now theirs. They are now your owners. What did that woman say? If you do not deem the government as your God, what are you? Decapitation. She said eventually, it's not like World War II concentration camps, but it's a little bit different. This is now nanotechnology. Everything is technology. This is why they keep your kids so distracted. You see, this is why they keep your children in front of the phones, glued to the phones. This is why the children are no longer outside. What is nature? What is nature? We come from that. We communicate with the trees and the plants. Melanin is green, let's be honest. Melanin is green. This is why they wave the Incredible Hulk in front of you all of your life. Black woman, black man. Melanin is green. Hulk. Superman. Where was I? Without your consentment, without you feel me? If you do not obey these people, I'm telling you, the government, the military, they will now intrude. This is why I said earlier, I mentioned this, they are now the ones who do have guns. They come in and search you. They come in your house and ask, let's see what you got. Why? Once upon a time, you couldn't do that. No one could do that. No one can just walk into your house. I don't care if you were authority, the government, IRS, anybody. No one could come into your property. Now it's the purge now. I want y'all to watch this video. I want y'all to watch this video. And just tell me what y'all think about this.
Kidnapping, armed robbery, second-degree murder, drug-induced homicide, aggravated DUI, threatening a public official, and aggravated fleeing and eluding. Offenders released on electronic monitoring have to be in violation for 48 hours before law enforcement can act. They could almost drive to Alaska before we can even look for them. It denies victims their constitutional rights. And keep this in mind, businesses and homeowners. Officers will no longer be able to remove trespassers from your residence or your businesses. Someone could decide to live in your shed, and all we can do is give them a ticket. You have to decide what level of force is required to remove them.
Killed or be killed.
And whether or not it's legal. This is a massive threat to the residents of Orland Park, Cook County, and Illinois.
The man said, you have to decide what levels to take. You have to decide that action. Why? You remember how once upon a time the police was to protect and to serve? They never did anything but bring us no peace. They never brought us peace. They never did anything to bring us justice. They never protected us. Everything was used against you, black woman, black man. We need to stand up and stick together. Divide and conquer was their goal. Divide us. Divide. If we're divided, we are less. Divide and conquer was their goal. And they did it. We hate each other. We hate each other. Women hate each other. Men, everything is competition. We hate each other. That's how they wanted it though. That's how they needed us. And we fell for it. And we fell and we fell and we fell. But now it is our time to rise. We cannot submit. We cannot put our babies and give this system our babies. These people need you. They need your energy. They need your power. Only with your consentment though. Only with your consentment. I know, like I just showed you, that was the Illinois thing. They basically dropped all laws and rights for criminals. So it's every man for themselves. It's gonna be in a city near you. Be prepared. Just because it's not happening in your neighborhood does not mean you are good. The food shortages coming to a city near you. The heat waves steadily rising. Everything is unfolding, and they're trying to, it's like the churn where they pull and we pull. Who will win? We have the power. We have the mind control here, people. While they're controlling our minds, we have the mind control. Everything is in the mind. Take your children back. Refocus your energy. Call in your energy. Call in your ancestors. Call on the powers that be. You need them, they need you, and we need each other. These people are coming for us fast, and we have to stand. Black woman, black men. As you guys can see, the money system is now about to fall by the end of this year. So physical money is not, it will no longer be profitable. It will no longer be acceptable. Get your money out of those banks, stock up on your food, and do what you have to do to protect you and yours, because times are near. Get things that will last. Get water. Stock up on fuel, because things are hitting the fan fast, and they will not tell you. Do not look for it on the news. Do not look for it on the news. They will not tell you. They want you, they want to catch you at when you're getting off of work, just when you're getting comfortable, so you can panic. You know why? When you're in panic, you're in fear. You are in confusion. You are not able to process properly from a clear state of being. Do it now. Take heed to the message now. Share the message now. This is real. This is real. These people are out for us. Human. Huge. The absolute original sentient beings of this planet. Please hear me out. You are a galactic being who was placed at the bottom of the food chain. You've always been the alpha. You have always been the alpha. Men, we need you. Women, we need you. We all need each other. This is real. Please take heed to this message, family. I love you dearly, solely. Please take heed. This is your warning. Ashe.